as we know, fish stays in a water. And before you can acquire a land for a fish farming or a fish pond, you have to make sure you have located your land at a place where there is a means of getting water. So now if you acquire the land or the plot, you have to clear the surface of the land first, because after you have constructed the pond, you are going to use back that sand again to make the surface filling. So you acquire your land, then to start you have to take a measure of the land or the pond. It depends on the size that you want to construct the pond. You can construct at least 20 by 50 meters square so that you can be able to manage it. You have to measure 5 meters all around so that you dig and put the soil around it so that you can heap around it. The pond should not be more deeper than 1.5 meters. So it should be a sloping. So you dig and collect the sand, heap it around the pond, sloping to the bottom side, so that in case you want to drain the water, all the water can go to the end of the pond so that you can drain it. You need to get an inlet pipe which can take the water into the pond. You have to slope the sides. The side of the pond should be sloped so that it cannot make erosion. If it doesn't slope the sides, if it started raining, it will break in and it will not look like a pond, it will look like that. So lime the under of the pond so that it can kill some of the bacteria that come into the pond so that your pond should be fertilized. After liming, you put in a manure so that the manure will fertilize the pond. We have different types of manure that we use, but normally we use the chicken dropping, which is the best of all the manure that you can use for fish farming. So after putting in the manure about some 2 days, then you put water. You fill the pond with water to about a third of it, so that whenever you are ready, then you can bring in the fish inside the pond.
The 3-in-1 construction is in 2 parts with 2 cages in one. And the area of each cage is 5,000 millimeters square or 16 feet square in an area. Now the parts of the cages, we have the main frame, the elbow, and the middle link. The middle link involves when constructing the 2-in-1 cages. But in the single cages, we only have the elbows in the construction of the single cages. Cutting the pipe to size, we put the pipe in the power hacksaw blade. The main frame is cut to 5,000 millimeters, which is 16 feet. Then we cut the elbows 750 millimeters, which is also 2 feet 7 inches. Then we cut the middle link, the outer measurement being 1,100 millimeters, which is also 3 feet 7 inches. Now fixing this thing to size, we have fixtures around, whereby we put in these materials which are cut to shape into the fixtures and are being welded by our technicians. Now after welding, in order to protect the weld part from corrosion or rusting, we prevent or coated it with anti-rust oxide. When this is done, then the parts are being sent to the drilling machines to be drilled with the various parts in place. Now, in order to get this done or assemble well, the various parts are being numbered as the process goes on. Because producing this is not just a 1 cage. There are about 200 cages in all. So each component comes with its dimension or its numbering or identification. Now, when this is done, the final part is the drilling. After drilling, then you send it out to set. After setting, the work is done. In the construction of the single cage, we have 2 parts, the main frame and the corners. Now we have 4 corners for a single cage, and we have 4 frames for a single cage. Now the corners here, or the elbows here, are to join the various 4 corners in shape to get our 5,000 millimeter square size that we want, or which is 16 feet square that we want. Now in the construction of the 2-in-1 too, whereby the elbows or the middle link comes in, that one too is made of 3 parts: the main frame, the elbow, and the middle link. And that one too, we have 7 parts of the main frame. That's where the middle link comes to support the middle one to get the 2-in-1 construction.
God will bless you wherever you are.
Here we are using a 5 by 3 meters dimension, so which can accommodate or have a stocking density of between 7,500 and 10,000 fingerlings. But we are using the 7,000 fingerlings capacity, so that there will not be too much stress on the cage. With the installing, you have to put the frames onto the drums. Then you tie the frame onto the drums.
Work and happiness, yes, I must confess, it will bring success for beautiful Ghana. United farmers and workers of Africa, God will bless you wherever you are.
After that, we have the corners where you have to, we use the 7 inches bolt to tighten the frames, which are the joints. This is the mosquito net we use as the hopper to collect the fingerlings inside, because when they are very small, they could pass through the bigger mesh size, which is used as the cage. So after they have grown for some time, we remove the mosquito net, which is used as the hopper, but we leave a size at the top of the cage, so that when you feed, water will not drain the feed out of the cage. This is the PV net used for the cage. This is sewn and then weighted. There are weights on it. The weight is supposed to let it go down. Then the top, we tied it onto the frames before we put in the mosquito net.
Yo, me gidi say ene so wasua enema bebre. Se bibi che wadwen na wo penchemu afa se na esinya ensum na mo ho a. Frɛ numbers a egu screen ni so mu bia. Na farm channel ebeje so. Well, hope you've been able to gather something for yourself. For further enquiries, contact Farm Channel on these numbers on your screen. Hope to see you next time on Farm Channel. Bye-bye.
Beautiful Ghana, I will give